Today I want to talk about something really personal. It's how I did the meditations on Dr. Joe Dispenza week-long retreat, what I struggled with, what shifted, and how is my meditation practice now that I'm back home. Make yourself a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink and join me for this conversation. Welcome to Nurtured, conversations about yoga, meditation, mindfulness, and the journey of motherhood. For the woman becoming a mother and in the process becoming more herself. I'm Tina and I'm on this journey with you. So glad you're here. First, let me be completely honest with you. I wasn't meditating at all before I went to this retreat. Well, I'm being a bit hard on myself right now, as I usually am. I did meditate some. I tried to meditate, but I was not successful at it. Let me give you the real picture. Something like 10 years ago, when I was on maternity leave with my daughter, I did meditate. It was kind of more a regular practice for me. I was lying on the bed, having my eye shades on, and I set the alarm clock for like 30 minutes. And then I just tried to have, my mind really clear, no thoughts, just this empty space of the present moment. Then I went back to the corporate job and my mind got really, really loud. So I learned quite soon that I'm not able to keep this peaceful meditation practice, which I did during my maternity leave. So I tried short meditations, guided meditations with music, and usually during every meditation, I just fell asleep. Attending the Dr. Joe Dispenza week-long retreat was on my to-do list for like 3 years. In 2023, I tried to apply the first time. It was for the event in Vienna, Europe. Event sold out in 7 minutes. In the meantime, I downloaded the Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. I tried to do them, but unfortunately, the story was the same. I was not able to calm down my body. I was not able to shut down my mind. I was nervous when I tried to do them. And more often than not, I fell asleep. I just did the meditation for like half an hour and then I fell asleep. I was not even able to do the meditations in a seated position or walking like Dr. Joe teaches. The only way I could even try to meditate was by lying down. So then slowly my intention faded and I just gave up. And this was the state of how experienced I was with the meditations as soon as I came to Dallas. Then the retreat began. It was 12 plus hours of program every day. You get to meditate since day one for 4 or more hours. The meditations last from 45 minutes to hour and a half or longer. And when you are on this retreat, it's like a boot camp. You do it, and even if it's hard, you do it anyway. But it was not without a struggle. The first thing I noticed was my body. My body was really tensed. My neck got tensed when I tried to meditate. I was having this urge to move my arms, to move my legs, to stretch. My back was hurting. And when I tried to convince myself that it's okay, I'm gonna stay here, let's be calm, then everything started just to itch everywhere and I had to scratch. It was really not a pleasant experience, I would say. I really, really struggled for the first 2 days. And I was a complete nerve wreck trying to meditate. Dr. Joe talks about that. He says you have to tame the animal. So your body, it's like an animal. It doesn't want to sit still. It wants to take you out of this present moment. It wants to take you to somewhere familiar, to something you already know, to something you do every day. And if you're not meditating every day, this is unfamiliar for the body. So it tries to drag you out of this situation. And you just have to stay there, even if it's unpleasant, even if there are certain sensations in the body that you don't like and you don't want to have. You just have to go past this. And when you go past this, this is where you get the biggest rewards. The second thing I had to deal with was my mind. I think this was even harder than the body because the mind was loud. When you try to meditate, you try to get into the present moment. You try to have no thoughts, just stay in the empty space. And what your mind does, it wants to take you either into the future or in the past. Because the future and the past are familiar, because they are based on our internal beliefs, on our programs, on the things we have already experienced, on the things that are familiar to us. In the present moment, there's nothing. There's what Dr. Joe calls the unknown. And you have to learn how to shut down the mind, how to lower the volume of your thoughts in order to stay present in the present moment. And when Dr. Joe said you have to lower the volume of your thoughts, I was like, what's that? What does he mean by lowering the volume of your thoughts? And I didn't quite understand this sentence until day 5 or 6, when I actually understood it and I actually felt it. My body was more relaxed, it was more calm, there were not anymore these weird sensations in the body. And what I noticed also was that my mind, there were some thoughts, but they were quieter. It's like a soft background music, which you hear, but you don't have to actually interact with it. So it's easier when the thought is somewhere here in the back to just let it go and to just say, not now, and return to the present moment. If at first, when you start the meditations, the mind goes like really with full volume and full intensity, and it's really loud and it's really here next to your ear, after being more experienced meditator, these thoughts are somewhere more distant in the background. So it's easier to notice them and just to let them go. I noticed that these gaps of being present in the present moment, in the void where there is nothing, they were longer and longer. This was the moment when I realized that I'm actually getting better and better at it. But there was also the third thing that surprised me the most. The first few meditations we do on the retreat are more focused on opening the heart. And what Dr. Joe teaches is to be really open in the heart center, to be really relaxed in the heart. And what I noticed the first and the second day is that I really find it hard to open the heart. I was just not able to feel anything. It's like my heart is in a cage. I was not able to really open the heart. And every time I tried to soften and relax in the heart, I just felt resistance. I couldn't do it. And when we were reflecting on our own meditations with the person sitting next to you, which you usually do on these retreats, I was talking about it, and then I was asking other attendees, does it happen to you? What's wrong with me? And how does it feel when you open your heart? What should I feel in my heart? Because I was not feeling anything. And then on day 3, something shifted. I felt a lot of sadness coming up. And I knew that I shouldn't push it back down, that I shouldn't rub it under the rug, and I just have to be present with the emotions and just let them go out of my body. This sadness, for sure, is not something I carry around as a present emotion. It's something that I must have buried inside me from years back. And what I learned was that I have to be really present with emotions that are coming up, even if they are not pleasant, that I just have to let it go. This sadness had to come up before I could really open the heart. And that was the moment I realized that there are emotions that we suppress and carry around for years without realizing it. And if you don't give your body the chance to release those emotions, then you cannot move further in your meditation practice. And then there was a lesson that took me the longest to learn. It was the lesson of surrender. I naturally am a very goal-oriented person. So if in the first meditation I struggled with my body, I immediately set a goal. In the next meditation, I have to do better. I have to control my body. I shouldn't move. I shouldn't scratch. And notice the emphasis on I have to. There was always some goals around my meditations. And before I sat down in the meditation, it was always something. I have to do better. I have to learn. I have to reach certain state. And this is just not the way how you progress in meditations. When I was talking to other members of the community, I always got from them the same feedback, the same mirror. Tina, surrender. After hearing this not once, but twice or 3 times, then I realized, okay, I will let it go. The moment I stopped trying to achieve something in the meditations was the moment I let go, I surrendered, And I started doing the meditations for the meditations itself. And I carry this with me now when I'm doing the meditations at home. If something disturbs me during the meditation, I don't panic. I'm not in stress. I just remember that it's better done than perfect, that no meditation is bad meditation, that I'm just there in the meditation to feel better. And honestly, I do feel better. It's not anymore a struggle. When I sit for meditation, I feel the body getting more relaxed. It's easy to open the heart. It's easier to stay in the present moment for longer periods of time. I notice that I'm starting to feel really these sensations of ease and calm and peacefulness, sometimes joy and happiness, and all these pleasant sensations in the body. They are not caused by some external change in the environment. They are completely coming from myself, from my inner world. And I know this is a long journey and I am still at the beginning of it, but still I feel these small steps of change every day with every meditation. So thank you so much for being here for this episode. And if you are someone who is struggling with your own meditation practice, I hope this episode made you feel less alone in that situation. And remember, it's hard at the beginning, but it's so worth going past that resistance. If this resonated with you, I hope you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss the next episode. See you soon.